Welcome to PHED 310 Diversity Issues in Teaching Physical Education. This podcast here is to talk to you about how to take an online course because many of you probably have never taken an online course before, and it's a review of the PHED 310 syllabus. As this slide shows you, taking an online course is a little bit different than taking a face-to-face course. An online course means that the professor of the course posts items on Blackboard for students to access at their own pace. There are no reminders from the professor for you to keep up with readings and assignments and so on. You just go to the website pretty much every day and make sure that you keep up with the schedule on the syllabus. Reminders may be given in the form of announcements for certain assignments that are due, but students in the class need to keep up with the syllabus and access Blackboard every day, and keep up with the current announcements. Taking an online class means that you go at your individual pace, and it's self or independent learning. It's not a professor standing up in front of the class lecturing and transmitting knowledge to students. Pretty much students need to explore the Blackboard website and follow the syllabus for the due dates for assignments. Taking an online class also means that you need to have a good computer that's up to date and a reliable internet connection. And you may have to purchase additional technology equipment like a microphone or a webcam if those two things are not already included in your computer, because many laptop computers have a webcam and microphones already embedded in the computer. Because our class doesn't meet in person, assignments need to be submitted into Blackboard assignment tools. And those assignment tools can be found under the section called Assignments. Make sure that you submit the appropriate assignment to the appropriate assignment tool. That's often a mistake that students make. These assignment tools also contain grading rubrics for Dr. Davis to use in grading. Therefore, it does no good for students to send assignments by email attachment to Dr. Davis because they can't be graded with the scoring rubric. The scoring rubric is embedded in Blackboard. Also, sending assignments to me by email attachment fills up my inbox on my email, and I'm already getting messages that say that my email is over full. So please be sure to submit your assignments to Blackboard. Taking an online class means that you communicate with the instructor and with other students in the class through email and through digital writing. You must use good manners when commenting on discussion boards and in blogs with other students in the class. You need to also use proper English when sending emails or making comments. Texting messages like LOL are not actually good things to use. You are responsible for keeping up with readings and assignments on your own, and you need to make sure that you do the work from one week, submit it, and then move on to the next week. You've probably noticed already that there are weekly modules on Blackboard, and each module will come up just before the week ahead of time, just because that way you can take more time with the weekly module that is current. Taking an online class also means that you can't make excuses for turning in assignments late because you didn't keep up with the class. All of the due dates are published on the syllabus and the schedule, and you know ahead of time when they are due. They're also going to be on the course calendar that is embedded in Blackboard. You also need to treat others online as you would want others to treat you. Would you say that particular statement to another student or professor in person? That's what you always have to think about when you write in digital cyberspace. You must also respect other people's time and privacy. Now, having talked about the differences between taking an online class and taking a face-to-face class, we now need to review the syllabus a little bit so that you can fill out your syllabus verification and submit that to the assignment tool. Want to make sure everyone is aware of the syllabus and the requirements for the class. First of all, we need to talk about contacting the instructor. The best way to contact me is by email. However, don't expect me to respond late at night or on the weekends. And my email address is davisk@winthrop.edu. Very simple. Do not contact me though unless you have read everything about the assignment or the issue in the syllabus or online in Blackboard. Specific directions are given for every assignment, and I'm going to give you specific directions in this syllabus about all of the assignments too. If you do not understand an assignment and you have read everything on Blackboard and still don't understand, then you need to ask me for an in-person appointment and I'll be glad to speak with you. Of course, in an online class, you're responsible for reading all the class materials. The contents presented to students through articles, PowerPoints, videos, podcasts like this one, and textbook assignments. Our textbook is not very big and it's not very expensive, so you should buy that textbook or rent it and make sure you keep up with those textbook assignments too. You must read the materials. Instead of having a professor discuss them in class or in small groups like you do in a face-to-face class, you have to keep up with reading the materials. That's where you get all the content for this class that you need to be discussing in your reflective journals, and you'll need them also for the final exam and the article reviews and other assignments. You must buy or rent the textbook to be able to keep up with the readings. All assigned articles are posted on Blackboard for you to read. If you don't keep up with the readings, you'll be unable to do well on quizzes, journal entries, and or the final exam. Now let's discuss all of the assignments for the diversity issues class in physical education. Discussion boards count 10% of your grade. They're due on Thursdays as assigned on the syllabus schedule. To participate in the discussion boards, you have to go into Blackboard, click on the discussion board link on the yellow space on the left side of the home page, the menu, and the home page is actually the announcements page. This link will take you to all the discussion boards and it will allow you to write comments and answer the required questions on the discussion boards. You must comment on other students' posts to receive the highest credit on the grading rubric. Remember, for all of the assignments, it helps to always look at the grading rubric for every assignment to see what the expectations are for doing well, and particularly for getting an A versus a B or a B versus a C and so on. The second assignment, which is specific to this PHED 310 class, is worth 10% of your grade. It's due on January 30th. It's called a cultural self-portrait. To create your cultural self-portrait, you're asked to make a collage or a document with lots of pictures inserted that represent your cultural heritage or background in several different areas, such as your family, your personality, your friends, and so on. These areas are highlighted in the directions for the cultural self-portrait or concept map that are already posted on the the Blackboard. Article reviews are also worth 10% of your grade. They're due on February the 27th and again on April the 10th. So you do 2 article reviews. You're asked to read in detail any article from the list of articles posted on Blackboard and write a review of it. 2 reviews of 2 separate articles are due on the dates listed above. So you read one article, do a review, turn it in on February 27th, read another article, do a review, or write a review and submit that by April 10th. One of the most important assignments that we have in this class is called reflective journals, and it's 20% of your class. They're due on every other Friday or every 2 weeks as assigned on the syllabus, and 6 of them total will be turned in. So that's a total of 12 weeks. The purpose is to record your thoughts and feelings about your growth and development in relation to cultural awareness during the semester. You need to write 2 entries per week, which means it's about 4 total for every submission. You'll reflect and react and connect and question and formulate your own beliefs about certain diversity issues that have to do with physical education or other diversity issues in education as they come about. The journal entry should be no more than a half page long per entry or single spaced, and each set of entries should be kept in one digital MS Word file labeled by journal entry number. All right, so that would be journal entries 1 through 4 would be the first one, and so on. Later in the semester, after we've gone over a lot of the content, I will give you a list of 15 scenarios, role play scenarios, that we usually role play in class, but I will ask you to research each scenario and then write under each scenario the main issues related to diversity and physical education for each of them and any solutions or possible solutions to each scenario as you would do as a physical education teacher. And there may be more than one way to solve a problem. You're also required for 10% of your grade to attend a cross-cultural event, which could be one of the cultural events required by Winthrop for graduation, but it has to be one that is about a group of people that is different from you. In other words, going to an African American religious service or going to a performance by some Asian dancers. Anything like that that would be outside your normal part of your culture, then you could attend that cultural event and write a paper about that. The final exam is worth 20% of your grade. It's due Monday, May the 4th by, notice, 8 o'clock a.m. on Blackboard in the assignment tool. It's an open book take-home exam and it'll be posted on Blackboard a little bit later in the semester. This isn't an individual assignment and it's not considered a group project, so you have to do your own work. Please note that assignments need to be submitted in the appropriate assignment tool by 11:59. Do not wait until 11:58 p.m. to start your submission because it'll likely be late. Assignment tools will disappear at 11:59, so if you're late in your assignment, you will not see an assignment tool. Late assignments that you can submit to Dr. Davis by email are counted off 20 points if it's within 24 hours of the due date and time, or minus 40 points within 48 hours of the due date and time, and 0 credit will be given after 2 days being late. Some final thoughts about the syllabus. I will not give extra credit for anything in this class, especially late or missed work. You need to turn in your work on time. The required reading list is on the syllabus, and the articles are all posted on Blackboard. Also, academic dishonesty is not allowed in this class. You need to do your own work for your assignment. If you need to withdraw from the course because you think your grades are not very high, the last day to do that is March the 11th, 2015. This online course is meant to be a valuable learning experience for all of you in the class. It's organized by weekly modules. Because I'm not lecturing in person, the learning you receive from this course is directly related to the time and effort you put in the course online. If you need any clarification of concepts or readings, please let me know by email. Happy reading, and I'll be talking with you soon by email.